Good evening, or whatever time you're watching. Today we've got another delivery from Banggood, and I've got a few things today. We're going to start with the less interesting stuff and work our way up. But yeah, Banggood have been delivering from China to the UK in very good time so far. So first thing we got is a power supply. It's like a miniature one that you'd have for a 3D printer. This one is 12 volts and 5 amps. So yeah, I've got a perfect application for this. This is going to go on the automated gate. At the moment I've got a power supply which is a 10 amp one doing a job it really doesn't need to do. This is more than adequate. And this came in at a whopping, I've just lost it, swearing at my phone. This 5 amp power supply came in at £2.94. Obviously there'd be some shipping adding on that, but there we are. £2.94 for a 5 amp power supply. YXDY. See how she gets on. Part 1. Let's move on to the next box, which surprisingly enough being another white box. If you guessed it, you're doing well. It's probably broken now. It's another power supply. This one, 10 amp. I don't know what brand it is, but it's another power supply. This one's going to go onto my diesel heater because, well, it is what it is. I need a 10 amp power supply to run the diesel heater. It's like the Chinese version of a Webasto. This one is £11.06. So we'll see how this one does with a bit long service. There's no fans on this, same as the smaller one. So it is what it is. So the next item being this orange box down here. And it's Top Shack. I don't know how good this is going to be. It comes as a 300 watt power supply. That may seem a bit boring, as if we've had 2 power supplies already. This one is a bench top. So, got the European plug, which I'm not going to use, so that's the end of that. What else we got? We have a pair of spade connectors. They're not spades, they're open ring tags to crocodile clips. Not quite sure why they wouldn't have put banana plugs on. I suppose save every penny. How long are they? About 600mm. Yeah, that's not great. But here's the main event. Backing phone, which maybe stay on once it's done its job. We have this. It's very compact. I mean, the size of my hand is the whole unit. It's got a bit of weight to it. So hopefully there's something good inside of it. Oh, here we go. What do you reckon? Nice. Let's chuck some power at this and let's have a look. Anyone paying attention will notice I've stolen this out the back of the projector amongst the piles of junk. I'm going to hold the casing. I haven't died yet. On. Okay. Let's bring it down. See how close I can get to 12 volts. 12.1. And the fine adjustment is pretty fine. So obviously this is designed to have banana plugs in the front, but for some reason I've got spade terminals, so let's jam them on a set. Not the way you're probably supposed to do it, holding it upside down, mid-air, but this is the way I'm doing it. Is that AliExpress or Banggood that sent me more crap? Let's bring the amps down. So we're at 11.4 volt. We're all doing constant current. What the fuck? If I bring it down. Okay, so if I drop the constant current, open circuit. I don't know. That's odd. These bonded very close together. Stretch right apart. And give it some. So we're doing 750 milliamps. Let's bring the amps up. What's she gonna hit before something catches fire? 10 amps. 10 amps at 0.6 volts. 6.06 watts. Really? Is that it? 6 watts? I suppose, yeah. The cable's getting hot yet? Give it a... Oh dear. It smells a bit. Let's drop it down. But yeah, 100 millivolt. 2.25 amp. Yeah. This is a bit abusive to be doing this to my brand new power supply got out of the box, but give it all she's got. Everything. Right, yeah. Let's drop it down. Just open the circuit. Ooh. There's a bit of warmth in them. Maybe they're not very well connected. No. Is that it? Oh my. I thought I killed it. Let's bring the... Was it in constant current still? For some reason when you turn the current down, it... What an odd machine. What should we drive with it? What can we drive at 12 volts? I got an idea, hold on. Right, so I've hooked up some LED strip. The RGB strip. Yeah, let's give it some... A short piece. Really? There's not that much there. That's only like 30 centimeters. We're at 1. Oh, sorry. I thought it was 1.5 amps. It's 130 milliamps. Let's take it up to 12. So that's its standard voltage. I'm supposed to be driving it at. Yes. Going quite well. 170 milliamps. 2 watts. Overdrive it. Oh. I think we might have hurt that a bit. This is a cut off, which I've no use for, but we've killed that one. That's gone red. Stop messing about and ruining things. Regardless. And there she goes. Fair enough. That's that. A Top Shark power supply. DC power supply, 300 watt. Does what it's supposed to do. It'll be very nice on my bench. Bench being the desk here, so I can power stuff up in the future. On to the next thing. Right, so this is the last thing this evening. This is coming in a box from DHL. So it was too heavy to go with the rest in the normal post. But surprisingly, the stuff in the normal post arrived before this. This arrived a day early. The stuff in the normal post arrived 3 days early. So what are we talking about? I don't know. 5 days for the other stuff, 6 days for this, or less? I don't know. Either way, I'll drag this off and we'll move stuff on one by one. We have a brown box. You're going to get this straight away. So in here we have a Hiseeu CCTV camera with fair size lens, 3 infrared illuminators and a light sensor. It's got a fair lens cap on it to stop the rain getting on there. Adjustability is up, down. I suppose left, right if you loosen that one. To be honest, there's probably... Let's have a look. We get the box full of usually junk. rubbish. You get some of the worst wall plugs that man has ever seen. These are utter rubbish, I can assure you. Compared to what you can buy. You screw them in and they just split to pieces essentially. They're not doing it today. But yeah, this camera gives us a fair amount of up and down movement. So if it's mounted on a wall, up, down. And if we slacken this one, oh, that's tight. Then we can get, I suppose, left and right, and then you get your up and down out of that. Is that like a gland nut? I don't know. I suppose it is. So this is now loose, so you can put left to right, up and down. I suppose you're going to have some some amount of tilt to your image. If it's, yeah, I suppose that works. I won't be harsh on it. It's going to do the job. And quality labelling where it's come off the edge. Not too fussed about that. What's behind there? So let's take it all the way off. It doesn't want me to. Okay, I'm not going to force it. So yeah, fair enough. That is a camera, CCTV camera. But this one comes with two plugs. So you can, the students, you would always already realise that is an Ethernet plug, and that is a DC power jack of some size, which I don't know. But this camera is power over Ethernet. So this isn't required unless you're running a stupidly long length where you're not getting enough power. So we'll go back to our box where we will find another one, and one more, and an Ethernet cable, another Ethernet cable, another Ethernet cable. And believe it or not, in case you haven't guessed, another Ethernet cable. So we've got 4 cameras, 4 Ethernet cables. These cables are coming with all the shrouds already on them. So these shrouds, with some reason the O-ring sat back. It doesn't matter. The main thing is they give you, these are 20-meter coils of some cheap Ethernet cable, but it doesn't stop you using your own Ethernet cable. So if I can get this to pull back and then get that out of there, you'll see these are split. So we can peel that apart, take the sealing rubber thing off. That should, with the help of something, I know what, I'll use one of these. Should, if you push the clip back in, slide back out. Doesn't want to because it's being horrible to me. What on earth is going on? You can't tell me. Surely that's going to go through there. How are you supposed to do this otherwise? Because there's no way. There's no way they've made this so you can't get. Hold on. You can see it. I can see it now. It's got to go through the right way. It says it's still struggling immensely. Through like that. Then we can push the little clip in and back her out. There we go. So we can use our own cable, put our own plugs on. I think they say you can do 100 meters on this. No. Do you believe that? Maybe 50 meters might be right. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. Because we're going to do a video of installing this at some point. But that's going to go into there. Pull that up to there. We'll plug it into here. Push that up to there. Probably doing this slightly in the wrong order, but got a cable grip, and this O-ring goes round, not in there. Get her back off a bit. We're going to make sure that sits on that plug round there, nice and flat. That goes on there and squashes up as you tighten it. That seals that part. This part's already sealed to the camera because it's an overmoulding. And this one tightens down, it says, and squashes the foamy, rubbery, silicone-y bit around there, which will hopefully keep the water out. Who knows? So that's that. So this stuff. Next bit is obviously, you can probably work this out. Out of all the stuff already got, what's coming next? It's the remote. Why do you need a remote with one of these? No batteries, runs on AAA's. What does it do? I don't know. It's very well labelled, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 9, 10, with an extra /U, and 11 and 12. Add FM menu. Not sure. That'll come, we'll work that out. Next on the list of stuff that's come with it, that out of the way. Free included Ethernet cable. Now this is obviously, I suppose, to connect the actual NVR to your router. That is exactly 1 meter, I'd say. That's about 50 centimeters right there. There's no use in the world for a cable that is 1 meter long. They're always too short. That's what it is. And next in the pot of surprises, you guessed it, a probably 1 meter long, very smelly HDMI cable. It's like made out of solid plastic, by the feel of it. It wants to hold its shape. It's 1 meter long, you can't see. Standard silver capped ends, yeah, just standard, very cheap HDMI lead. Anything else in the box? No, that's everything in that box. Now I move on to the main event. The HISSEU, or HISSEU, as I'm going to refer to it from now on. Digital NVR, viewable anywhere in the world, providing you've got internet. Real-time record, multi-chip playback. Max support 4 terabyte HISSEU mouse action. Easy install and setup. I know that's hard disk drive. Come back to me. Easy install and setup. The image here is shown only for, here is indicative only. The actual product may differ. And damn right it does. Right, let's get it out. Anyone who's seen this before has opened up printed toner cartridges, because they come in the exact same packaging. Let's have her out. It's got that good clank sound to it, because this has no hard drive. Do not place heavy objects on DVR. I thought this was an NVR, not a DVR. But here's all the guides and the download app, iOS, Android. It is the front. IR, power, HDD alarm, escape, menu, buttons, another completely pointless piece of peeling. There you go. Yeah. Oh, lovely. Got that lovely thing right here. She is a H5 NVR P-8 DC 52 volt PoE. Oh my word, 52 volts. I mean, the one I've got runs on 18. 52 volts. So we got 8 ports. Now this is the difference. This can support up to 8 cameras. They do not all have to be connected to the LAN ports. You can connect to your WAN, your wide area network, and then you can bring the external cameras into this. But they will only take 8. Even for all 8 ports, you can't get another camera on your wide area network to interface with it. You're only allowed 8. So you could have all 8 through the WAN port if you wanted to, I think. Move on. A out, audio out. Now I know this because these cameras apparently have a microphone. Let's go back to our stack of junk over here. And I suppose that could be audio. Poor microphone, it's going to get wet. It is what it is. I'm not going to lose any sleep. VGA. For all you old school computer monitor fanboys, we could have a VGA monitor if we've got one kicking about. You've got the HD port, more commonly known as HDMI, and a couple of USBs. So you can plug a mouse into here, which is probably the best way to interface with one of these machines. So let's open it up and see what we've got inside. Yeah, move most of this stuff out of the way. Right, so we have the remnants of all the junk. As you always get, loads of plastic, loads of twisty ties, cheap Allen keys, and a beer. But we've made room. Let's get this open. Now these, you've got to put a hard drive in. There is no hard drive included. But screws, some we're not going to lose them. If I remember rightly, these use a SATA hard drive, 080A, and I'll be honest, I've been wondering what the difference is if I were to put, say, an SSD, so solid state drive, whether I'd be able to play back my video quicker or whether we are limited by the processing power of what's inside. And when you see what's inside, you think, why the big box? There's lots of free space. So I've also got some kind of the main board that does everything, which then passes over to this board, which is linked by only the power wires and 1, 2, 3, 4 wires. So I'm guessing all of the work is done on this board here, and I'm guessing by that little processor, which has a picture of a crab on it. And if you can see him, is that guy. I imagine that guy does all the work, or possibly that one next to it. That's it, that board. Tiny. And I'm guessing these cables here pass video and audio over to this interface board, and that's basically it. The power supply at 52 volts is coming in at this port, going over to here, and somehow is all this working at 52 volts? I am not convinced, because the power supply is coming off this board at 52 volts through this board, unless it's all handled in this small coil here and possibly a buck regulator. It comes out and then it's literally, they're paired together. You can see it's 2 wires into one hole, which then runs off to power our SATA drive, which is not going to run on 52 volts. The small ribbon cable running at the front, which powers the lights and the buttons, which you never use. Enough. Let's have a look at the final box that came with it. This one's got the power supply in it. Then we get a cable. We get a... oh, for God's sakes. Banggood. We don't want this in the UK. Don't send us this junk. UK plugs. Rubbish. What's this? These are the screws, which are for holding your hard drive down. So Your hard drive can be mounted using these screw holes, as you can see here. None of them line up for the size of, oh no, I suppose you get an SSD in there. I don't know. Regardless, those are the screws, they can stay with that. What have we got? Oh my god! We actually got a tiny little, really clicky computer. Oh, really clicky computer mouse. Oh, it made a big clunk before on the first press. That's nice. Don't know if a scroll wheel is even usable in an NVR. Cable length. Who's going to make the guess of it being about 1 metre? Oh, I don't know. This might actually be about 1.2 metres. Slightly better. Cheap mouse. The main thing we're interested in there, the power brick. Oh, I may have been wrong. Here she is. Barrel jack. 100 to 240 input. 1.6 amp max. It puts out 52 volts, 1.85 amps. Made in the China, of course. This everything here came from China. We've got an LED there. No tearing. It's made in the something of the something. I don't know how to read those. There we are. So this little piece of circuitry here, which I can imagine is a buck regulator, is handling the power for the hard drive. Yes, it is what it is. Right, should put the lid on. I'll take these. It's back. Just fucking, it will not leave me alone. Go away. Go. So, we have a place for you. It's gone. I'm going to put the lid back on so I don't lose the screws. We'll plug it into a camera and we'll see what quality we're going to get out of Hiseeu. Don't flinch, it's the first time. Oh my god, that's tight. Oh, we have red light for success. So, I've plugged in the incredibly short HDMI, which means this can't come over any further this way. Let's put the power brick there, plug in our USB mouse, imagine we need it, and to plug in 52 volts DC, and because I'm not unwrapping one of those big wraps of cable, we're going to use the cable they provided for the WAN into LAN 1. That in there, that in there. Hey presto, it's live. That's flashing. Let's swap the monitor over to HDMI, and now we're going to monitor what we get. Oh, look, Hiseeu digital video recorder system. Sorry, this is a terrible camera view. How dusty my monitor is. So this is what we get out of the box. No available storage for recording. Well, good point, because I haven't put a hard drive in. That's fine. The mouse works, and there's the camera. Right, so here she is. Oh, optimised storage. Hold on, let's okay. Right, so here we are. Here you are. Here I am. Now, yeah, it's about the frame rate I'd expect. If I look at this camera rather than looking at that camera, then you know, it gets a bit tricky, doesn't it? I don't know. Seems to be working quite well. Let's bring it over there. See all the junk on the floor. I'll tell you what the main test is going to be. Should we turn the lights off? Right, one sec. We're going back on the table. Oh, you actually saw that then. There we go. Did you see the IR switch? So, the same room with no light on at all. Give you the idea. Same room. Hello, focus. Oh my, wow, that's really actually pretty good. To be honest, if you turn it around to me, I expect that's really bright. No, it's actually very good at adjusting to the brightness. So if we go over here and then we go back to the room, you can see how quickly it's able to adjust in brightness. Now that, there we go, that is actually a very good image. It probably comes across quite well on the camera. I don't know why there's a red frame flashing around the side here. Zoom out a bit so you get the full picture. But yeah, it amazes me every day. These are getting better and better. The marvellous Hiseeu camera system. But yeah, it works very well. Further away into the bedroom, there's plenty. It's very good. I'd say I'm impressed with the monster truck. So yeah, now let's give this camera a view of the bright LEDs. What do you reckon? Just about where you see the dimly glowing lights on it. They're a little bit brighter than they are in real life. In real life you can just see that we've actually got 3 red glowing dots. They're not quite as glowy as they look on camera, but they're definitely there. So no, all in all, of all the random things like power supplies that I've got today, this has worked out quite well. Now this isn't to replace my current camera system. The current camera system is pretty good. Honestly, with the extra LEDs in this one, I'd say this one's night vision is even better. So yeah. Do we want to do a side-by-side test? Of course we do. Right, give me some time. Right, so in order to make this test fair, I've actually unplugged my current camera system. I'll turn the lights off. So the infrared output of my current camera doesn't interfere with this one. And yeah, that's pretty good. I probably need to angle it away from the wall slightly. So give me a second, just so it doesn't pick that up. So that should be better. Getting less of the wall, we're getting a good infrared coverage of the area. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. I suspect when I plug my other NVR back in, just here, I'm going to start getting a bit more power on the, where is it? Can't find the power socket. Where do you plug in? Up here? So, the other one fires up, we'll probably see a bit more light come through, which we may already be already. So yeah, that's the Hiseeu camera and its output. Let's have a look at the what make is my other one? I don't know, it's unbranded. So we just reconnecting. And there is where's the mouse gone for it? Hold on. I'll suggest you're set. So there is the picture from the dome camera. It's the other camera I use, so gives you an idea. But this one is also getting light from the Hiseeu. So if I turn the Hiseeu one off, oh, there you go. So now the Hiseeu system isn't providing any extra light. That's the picture we're getting. Be more fair if I turn the lights off so you get an accurate representation. Yeah, there's not a lot of difference, but I think the Hiseeu's got slightly better spread. I don't know. You tell me. You're watching the same picture. Daytime, I can't really show you because it's the middle of the week, but at the end of the day, the night vision, it generally tends to be what we're after when it comes to CCTV cameras. So, let's have a look at them outside together. Right, so we're heading out into the pitch black. It's very dark here. There's no ambient light at all. If I can do this without waking up the cameras, I'll be impressed. You can see the flashing Ethernet port of the Hiseeu. The Hiseeu has the 3 infrared illuminators, and my previous dome camera only has the 1, which makes sense why it works a little bit better. So if I wet the lights up, you can see them both. So now the lights are on. Just show they were roughly in the same place. The Hiseeu and the HISSEU. There you go. Dome camera versus the 3 infrared illuminators. This one's got a single illuminator and a reflector. This one's got 3 illuminators, probably with reflectors. There you go. So, gives you a brief idea of the differences between them. Here's a mess. And I don't know. The new system's got to be set up over either this weekend or in the following few days. So, it'd be interesting to see how the setup works and how far I can stretch it. Because I mean, the HISSEU system, it only runs at 18 volts, I think, for the PoE. Yet I've forgotten the name of the other one. We've got the HISSEU and the Hiseeu. That's too many stupid names. They're not pick something normal, like Sony or something. Either way, that's all I can show you today. That is what the junk I've bought from Banggood and how well it works. I didn't say how much the Hiseeu cost, did I? It's worth a look. And there we go. So the top shack benchtop power supply came in at £44.53. I think that includes delivery. And the Hiseeu 4 camera 8 channel PoE NVR camera system came in at £157.83p. So comparing that to what's available on eBay, I mean, most of them are the HK Vision systems, which, to be honest, I don't think work that much better. The Hiseeu system can take 8 cameras, it can take them over its 8 ports, and it can also fire them in via the WAN port, the network port. There's support for pan, tilt and zoom cameras as well, and it also has an app. I haven't installed the app yet, I haven't connected it to the phone yet. I imagine it'll work very much like the current system I've got, which uses IP Pro app. Works very well, does what it's supposed to. So there we are, that's today's bits I got off Banggood. They didn't pay me anything, I bought them myself because I need them. Next time, cheers, bye bye.